Hey there, welcome back to the At Home Dive YouTube channel. As always, my name is Joey and today we're in the kitchen making something fantastic. Today we're going to go over a simple, classic staple that goes with a lot of your favorite meals. Today we're making French fries. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in. As I'm sure you assumed, French fries have a really simple list of things we're gonna need. So I'm gonna start with 3 pounds of potatoes. These are regular potatoes that have been scrubbed clean, and you can use as much or little potatoes as you want, but 3 pounds is what I'm gonna use today. I also have some iodized salt. I do like fine salt on French fries, that way you don't get super salty bites and bites without salt. So this is gonna help coat evenly as much as you choose. And then also, I've got canola oil. This is what I prefer to fry in, but you can use about any vegetable oil that you see fit, peanut oil, whatever. And you're gonna need quite a bit of either paper towels or reusable dish towels. So, let's get started. The first thing that I always do whenever I'm gonna fry anything is I go ahead and put a pot of oil on. For French fries, we've got about 3 cups of canola oil here in a small pot on low heat. And we've got it slowly heating up to about 350 degrees. I did put this on a few minutes ago, so it's already got a good head start. But be sure to put your oil on first, that way it can slowly come up and you can actually hit the desired temperature that you're looking for. So now, let's actually get started on making the fries. The first thing I'm gonna do is take our potatoes right out of the bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and put enough ice water in here to cover where I think the potatoes will be once they're cut. Now that I have the ice water, I'm gonna go ahead and just set it aside. Now we can go ahead and cut the potato. The first thing I like to do is establish a flat surface, just like whenever we dice or slice anything else. Then you can take one cut right off the end. So let's hold on to these because they will be useful. But now we're gonna work with this side and cut about 1/4 of an inch and just make a nice slice. So then we have layers. We're gonna take those layers and cut them right into strips. So with these even, keep your edge even, and we're gonna cut about the same thickness. That way, whenever we do cut these, we end up with nice French fry shapes. And then we can put those right into the water. If you notice any places in the middle of your potato that don't look good, what we're gonna do is go ahead and just scrap that section. We'll set that aside. And then we can go back to cutting the potatoes as we were. Now I'm gonna go back through and cut my scraps to be as close to that size as possible. They may not all be thick enough or wide enough or whatever, but just get them as close as you can. Now I'm just gonna mix the potatoes together, make sure they're all nicely broken apart, that way they're getting coated well by the water, and go through and look at them. If you notice any that have some spots that you didn't notice when you were going through, feel free to pull those out. Also, you'll notice that you may have 1 or 2 in there that aren't quite as small as you originally thought they were. Say for instance, if you had a piece that was a little thick or maybe even an edge piece, feel free to go ahead and pull those out as well. You can trim them if you need. But now, we have these potatoes that are soaked in ice cold water. So now it's time to drain them and put them over onto a paper towel to dry them really quick. So now I'm just gonna spread these out on paper towels. It's important that they have enough room to get good contact. That way you make sure you get these nice and dry. Because we all know what happens when water hits oil. It's pretty explosive and potentially flammable. And that's exactly what we don't want today. So be sure to take another paper towel and just dab these all around. If your paper towel becomes saturated, go ahead and get another one just to be safe. So we're gonna go and drop our first set of French fries. Be careful to do this very slowly and always drop away from you. Only drop a little bit your first go around just to make sure that they're nice and dry, because if they are too wet, then you'll have a violent reaction. If you see how this bubbles up right here, you don't want it to go over the edge. If you have too many fries, it's likely that they will. So as you can see here, my fries have only been in for about 1.5 minutes, and they're starting to get just a touch of color around the edges, and they're starting to firm up. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out and spread them out on the oil. Make sure you don't leave them all stacked up because they need some air. All right, well there's our first run of blanched French fries. This is only the first step of the 2 cooking steps that we're gonna do today. So keep in mind that these are not ready to go. We're just gonna go ahead and fry off the rest and then we'll get moving on to the next step. So these are the first ones that we done, and they were nice and crispy when they came out, but as you can see now, they're very flimsy. And this is exactly why we have to give them a second frying, because after the first one, they're nice and flimsy, and that's not exactly what we want. These are stiff, those are flimsy. But after we cook them again, they'll all be nice and crispy for good. Now that our last run of fries are done, we're gonna go ahead and collect those as well and put them right onto the tray with the others. So now that the fries have cooled off quite a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and flip them onto a clean tray. This is gonna get rid of the paper towel because as you can see, it's pretty well soaked in oil, which is exactly what we wanted. We wanted to leave a lot of the grease behind, and now we're gonna be able to transfer the fries onto the tray where we're gonna cool them down the rest of the way in the refrigerator. We're gonna leave these fries in the refrigerator until they're completely cooled all the way through.
Many hours later.
So we are back and our French fries are cooled down all the way. We're gonna go ahead and grab a handful of these and place them into the oil at 350 degrees. This time, they're not gonna be as exciting or bubble over as much, so we can add just a few more to the oil at a time than we did last time. And as you can see, a lot better of a reaction. We still don't wanna overcrowd the pot because this time it's important that we keep the oil at 350 degrees. And this time, we're gonna let these fry all the way until they're crispy and golden brown. This may take 3 to 4 minutes. So now we have our crispy fries, and I'm gonna grab a good healthy pinch of salt and go right over the top. So here we have it. Here are our beautiful, crispy French fries. Now let's go ahead and fry off the rest. All right, and as you can see here, these are the French fries that we haven't snacked on yet. And you can see there are plenty left. And they're nice and crispy. They're firm, they're not hard, but they have a nice golden brown nature to them, and they're delicious. All right, well that wraps us up on how to make French fries. Comment below and let me know how your French fries turn out. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.